Hello. Welcome to At His Pace. We are giving another shout out to another brave, J. Terry Imaging. This is one of our fellow high school classmates, and he is the founder and photographer for J. Terry Imaging. You should check him out on Facebook and some other places. But we just wanted to wear our shirts to support him, but then also want to talk about the perfect picture of marriage and what that means. So I think that all of us get married with these expectations and ideas about how marriage should be and what it should look like. It should be this perfect picture, right? I, for example, just knew that Mark was going to rescue me from all of my problems and all of my situations, and I was going to be this queen forever. And I am. But I quickly realized that often in marriage, those expectations that we set up for those perfect pictures don't always come true. And a lot of times we are looking at the other person to change or to make things different. And really, most of what's happening in marriage has to do with us and has to do with us giving up of ourselves, giving up the expectation of that perfect picture and really doing the grunt work to make your marriage the picture that God has called it to be.
And to add to that, I would say we are creatures of habit. And so for most of us, we will emulate within our marriage that which the picture that was presented before us. So depending upon your parent situation, you will either go to one end of the spectrum or the other, depending on what your father presented or depending on what your mother presented. And so we carry that into our relationships. I find myself doing a lot of the same things that my father did in terms of how he operated as a man within his household, some good, some bad. But that's the thing that we need to really question is what things am I taking from the picture that I was presented and putting into my marriage that's beneficial, or what is corrupt? Because the whole thing about pictures and files as you transfer, if you don't transfer it properly, or if something's wrong with it, it won't upload properly because it's corrupt. It's just not able to be transferable. And so you have to really think about those things in your life, in your makeup, in your dysfunction that may not be transferable, or that may just be corrupt at its core. And you're trying to execute in that when it really doesn't really fit within the model that God has given you within your marriage.
Yeah, and I think that's good. And the only other thing that I would really add is that as you are pointing at that perfect picture and looking at it, scrutinizing it, being critical of it, you've got to realize that those other fingers are pointing towards you. And what is your responsibility? Even if your husband or your spouse is acting out in some negative ways or whatever the case may be, what is your role? What does your picture look like? And I think that if we did a better job of defining and redefining and reshaping our pictures as single people, then when we came together as a married couple, those pictures would mesh that much easier. But I think we rush so much to get married thinking that marriage is going to be the end all be all or solve our problems. And we realize and recognize that if we were broken people when we got married, that we are the same broken people just together.
And to bring this all to a close, I think the thing of it is you have to realize is your picture is your picture. Your picture is whatever background that you want, whatever that you chose. You may not have the wicker chair with the spray painted background that you got from Chick Ricks. Oops, did I say that? Anyway.
I'm too young for that.
No, you're right. But what I'm saying is, even as you look at our sweatshirts that we have on, they're the same in terms of being a hoodie, but the color is off. But she brings the color that she has, and I bring the color that I have. And this is the picture that we present. It's not perfect. It doesn't match, but we make it work because that's who we are.
That's all I got. It was great.
Be well and
perfect picture. Check out J. Terry Imaging.
Check them out. Be well, be blessed.